It's alive! It's alive! They're attacking me. Where was I? And welcome back to the MT and me. Well, my nomies, it's been a few days since our last video, the one where I got the alternator put back on Pearl finally, and I did a little research in the meantime, and I found the video of me actually taking the alternator off of Pearl. Now, if I had watched that video again before I put the alternator back on last week, it would have saved me a lot of time and trouble. But I didn't do that. So we spent a lot of time and trouble getting the alternator back on, and we still have a few adjustments to make on it. But if I'd only watched this before I had actually got ahead of myself and started putting this alternator back on and trying to remember, well, does this sleeve go here, or does this sleeve go there, or how does this hook up? As you can see, it showed the entire procedure taking it off, and I got a good shot of what it should have looked like originally that I could have just repeated. See, it's one of those cases of me doing things the hard way when there is a much easier way to do it. And I even mentioned last week that I've got access to all these videos. I haven't done anything to Pearl that is not documented on video. Now, most of it, well, let's say some of it, a large part of it, has showed up on videos right here on YouTube that you can go back and watch. There's over 150 of them behind us. I think this is number 154 today. Have to look and be sure. So there's a few videos back there, and they document virtually everything that's been done. Even beyond that, we have the video that those videos were edited out of. So I have probably thousands of hours of archived video of me working on this RV. It's just a matter of going back and finding the right one and looking for it. Sometimes that can take a while. I got lucky this time. I found the alternator one real quick and very quickly said, man, if I'd have just watched this, it would have made things a lot easier last week. But hey, you live and you learn. Now, while I was digging, I thought, well, this will be a good time to check out that fan belt situation. I have to admit, I actually was looking in old video for fan belts when I stumbled across the alternator footage. Because I remember distinctly the day that I took the fan belts off of Pearl, actually cut them off. It was back at the time when we were trying to turn the crankshaft by hand, and we couldn't do it. And Ree kept telling me, take the belts off, they're too tight, you know, it's too much. And I kept thinking, no, that's not it. And, well, sure enough, that was it, you know, one of those great times when I should have listened and I didn't. But anyway, that's neither here nor there today. I've got the video, and I found the video, finally, of me snipping off these. These are the, well, that's not, but these are the fan belts that I cut off. As you can see, they've all been snipped, all right? But it was from these belts that I got the numbers to order these belts. These are the brand new ones. Supposedly a perfect match. We're going to find out here today, all right? And I also, because I found the video of me taking the belts off, well, look for yourself here. Where to cut? Right where the rust starts. Let's do that. One. Power steering belt. Two. And the last one goes to the alternator.
I need to silence my phone. It keeps dinging.
All right. Real edge of your seat excitement, huh? But did you notice one important thing? It gave us a great look at what those belts looked like on the front of Pearl. And I have drawn myself a diagram. Absolutely. And you know what? This diagram is different from all three of these that I got offline. I thought for sure this was going to be it down here, and that's what I was trying to work from last week in trying to fit these belts onto Pearl, where these belts came off. But these belts were put on like this. And so, it's alive, it's alive. They're attacking me. Where was I? Oh yes, and so we're going to take the new belts and compare them to the old belts here first of all, and make sure the numbers match. But numbers can lie. We will know for sure that they match if we compare one to the other one-on-one as far as shape, length. Obviously, with these cut belts, I'll have to just kind of hold them back together. But still, we'll be able to tell if they're the same belt. And then, with this, we can figure out what belt goes where. We'll go over to the front of the engine and see if we can't fit these new belts on like the old ones were. Assuming, of course, the new ones are indeed the same length as the old ones. So that was a real complicated way of explaining what I'm about to do here. Let's see if these belts match up. So, let's start out with the smallest one here. All right, this is the new, obviously, and this is the old. I don't think we have to worry about getting them confused because it's got a slight cut in it. Okay, so we'll put the old one, kind of hold it together, and see if it matches the new one. See if I can do this. Yeah, I would call that a match. These next two are very similar in length. This is 7508. Let's see which one of my new ones here. It's not that one. Has to be the other one. Where is it? 7508. Okay, here we are. This is 7508. This is 7508, and once again, we're going to put them see if they match, if I can hang on to them. Yeah, I would call that also a match. And that only leaves this one, which is 7470. And there's a number on here somewhere that says 7470 right there. Let me see if I can straighten this one out a little bit. I doubt it because this is the one that was folded and kind of messed me up. Because I thought it was longer than it was, or I thought it was shorter than it was. Until I pulled it out of the package. Okay, let's grab the end, And once again, with a stretch, I would say, yeah, these are the same length as well. Okay. All right. So we establish the new belts match the old belts. Now the question now is, which belt is which? The short one is rather obvious. It's on the bottom. These other two may have to take a little fitting because, like I said, they are not quite the same length, but very close. So it's just going to be a matter of experimenting between the two to see which one's going to fit where. But one of the long ones will connect to the crankshaft. They all go around the crankshaft. That's what drives them. One will go around the crankshaft, the fan pulley, and the alternator. The other one will go around the crankshaft, the air conditioner, and the idler pulley. And then the short belt connects the crankshaft with the power steering pump. That is the way I took them off of Pearl. So why don't we see if I can fit them back on in that same way? And we find ourselves back in a familiar place, in front of Pearl, ready to take a stab at installing some fan belts. I've got my little pink cheat sheet here, and we got all three belts. I put them down here so I can tell them apart, kind of, sort of. Okay, let's start out with the little shorty here. All right, belt 7365 is supposed to connect these two items. So it's going to go from, I believe, let me see, I also marked what was on. I didn't point out earlier, this crankshaft pulley has 3 pulleys on it. And they're all different sizes. There's one in the back, and there's a center one, and then there's one right here on the front. And it's important which belt goes on what. So I marked the belts as to which one went on the front pulley, and the back pulley, and the middle pulley. And this one goes on the middle pulley. And you know what? That is going to work. I can't even get it on there without loosening the power steering pump to tension it back up. So it's all right. So we know where that one goes. However, I should put the back one on first because it's got to go on. Now the back belt is the one that goes over the pulley for the water pump and around the alternator. Now the question is, which one of these two belts is it going to be? Because there's that much difference in their length. You can see right there. Okay? Let's try the shorter one. I just kind of have a feeling it might be. Now this goes on the back pulley, and it will go around the water pump and over the alternator, and that is going to do the trick. That's going to fit right there. The alternator will have to be tightened up to snug it. Okay, so, and didn't we determine this is the middle one? Okay, it's going to go like that. Well, in that case, there's only one place for belt 7508 to go. That's on the front, around this, and around that. And would you looky there? If I bring that idler in and tension it back up, that's going to be just perfect. So, it begs the question, why couldn't I figure all this out last week? I just wasn't trying the right combination. But now, this is the way the belts will fit. Well, no, I mean, they're not fitted, obviously. This one's loose, and these two are too tight to fit. But you get my drift. Those are the belts in the right place, pulling the right accessories. So now we know. Thank you, past video, for showing me the error of my ways before. There's a chance I would have eventually figured this out and tried that combination. But kind of like that business with putting the alternator on, it would have been a lot of hit and miss and trial and error. And all that does is eat up video footage that I will never use. I save it, but I rarely use it. Maybe someday I need to do a video of just all the wasted time that the camera has been running. Some of you might argue that most of this is wasted time. We won't get into that right now. Before we go this week, I want to share a little something with you that I did outside of Pearl, back to my day job, as I affectionately call my little few hours on the radio each and every day. We every year do a remote broadcast from downtown Crossit on Pine Street, which is kind of one street over from Main Street. It's part of the downtown area, though, part of the business district. And for a number of years, the merchants on Pine have tried to be the very first to do something Christmassy on a commercial level downtown. And so a couple of days before, sometime during Thanksgiving week, every week for the past 27 years, they have put on this little promotion. It started out as Christmas on Pine, and as it grew and expanded to include some merchants around the area that were not necessarily on the street, but were on the avenues, and even some over on Main Street, and even some that, were halfway across town but wanted to take part. Anyway, it grew into something called Christmas on Pine and Around the Corner. And that's what we did. And I want to share just a little bit of what we got to enjoy.
No, wait. That's what we're not. It's all be announced at the same time.
Carpenters, a little Christmas classic for you. Here on 104.9 FM, KHH Live from Pine Street downtown for the Christmas on Pine Around the Corner celebration. Russ Miller here along with Sherry Hendricks, Dennis Maxwell, Jeff Tanksley, and Orlando Robinson joining us, doing what he does best, standing around smiling.
Always nice to see that smile.
Always good to see that smile here. Good to have you around, man. Say Merry Christmas. Like I said, there's all kinds of goodies. There's good food, treats, refreshments, and door prizes that people are giving away throughout the day. So you can register to win prizes and all kinds of other stuff. And then, of course, our merchants have some great, terrific buys to take advantage of. Early Black Friday deals going on here on, we'll call it Black Tuesday before Thanksgiving. All right, so come on down. got something special for you. Some of them are doing their own holiday open houses. Everyone else is just joining in like an open house because they got refreshments and prizes and all kinds of stuff. It's the Christmas on Pine and Around the Corner celebration. It's going on right now today, and we are right here in the middle of it. So if you're not in the Christmas mood yet, chances are that'll help you get there. It did for me. It always does, each and every year. That's the first real Christmassy thing that happens. And all the wonderful food and snacks, and man, they taste even better than they looked. Trust me, because I ate way too much. So you had all the food, you had the decorations up, all kinds of just smiles and Christmas cheer and happy holidays and Merry Christmas and all that wonderful stuff. And, of course, the retail merchants that were involved put on a lot of good specials, too. We like to call them pre-Black Friday specials, which have become a thing now anyway, but time was, back in the day, 20 years ago, no one was doing that, and it was something different, and so we're still doing it anyway with the Christmas on Pine. Point is, we had a good time. It's officially ushered in the holiday season. Coming up in a week or two, we will be having the official downtown celebrations in Hamburg first. They have a Thursday night celebration that first week of December, and then we come to Crossit for Friday night and Saturday afternoon and evening for kind of a split Christmas celebration. So you've got a good day and a half of Christmasing coming your way, and of course I'll be there, and of course I'm going to document it all for you right here on the MT and Me. And I'll give you the heads up, we're also making plans to visit Finney's Christmas Wonderland once again this year. I hope you saw last year's video where we toured it one night. We're going to do that again and just see what's different. He has something different every year. He had something new, something old, something rearranged. Finney's Christmas Wonderland, for those of you who don't know, is a national award-winning Christmas lights display located just a couple miles north of Crossit here. We are so proud to have it as part of our holiday treat. He opened, by the time you're watching this, he's open. He opened Thanksgiving night and is open every night all the way through New Year's Eve from dark till about 10 p.m. And it's a drive-through. It's free. Contribute money if you can. They have a donation box if you'd like to donate to the cause. But it's just a wonderful thing to do with your family. Okay, so we'll tour that too. All that coming up on the MT and Me. For today, that's going to be it. As I said, by the time you're watching this, you just might have some turkey leftovers left. I hope Thanksgiving was a wonderful holiday for you and yours, because we all truly have a lot to be thankful for, even if we don't realize it all the time. You keep that in mind. I am thankful for you, my nomies, for helping me continue to bring you these videos on the restoration of Pearl on the MT and Me. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support, your comments, your suggestions, and just the fact that you're right here, right now, watching this video. That's cool. That's really cool. Try to do that every week. We are here every Sunday with a new video for the MT and Me. Below, you'll find links to the mtandme.com, link to buy me a coffee, the address of our Facebook page, and some other information about the MT and Me. Check that out. Check us out every week. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. We're just watching that subscriber count slowly climb, and that, of course, helps us from the business angle here on YouTube. Something else that really helps on YouTube is if you'll just click the like button. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you did enjoy it, and that counts a lot. YouTube really notices that. They have these algorithms that watch those things, which makes me picture a little furry, funny-looking creature. I am an algorithm. I'm watching you. I think I'd better stop. Thank you. Once again, I hope Thanksgiving was great. Welcome to the holiday season on the MT and Me. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, my nomies. You take care. Till next time, I'm Russ, and we'll talk later.